My recap and review of NXT Battleground, though. NXT Battleground was an insane pay-per-view, well, not pay-per-view, PLE event, but, or premium live event. I don't know why I keep saying PLE event, because events in the abbreviation, but you know what I mean. It was a PLE, and it was a great PLE, you know. I think we had like 6 matches, along with another confirmed match, which is made for Tuesday on NXT. We also got news that whoever wins that match defends their title at Worlds Collide in about 2 weeks, which I think is the same weekend. It's definitely the same weekend as Money in the Bank. I just don't know if it's the same day as Money in the Bank. But for NXT Battleground, we had the first match. We had Soruka defeating Kalani Jordan to retain her title by hitting her with her finishing move, the Soul Snatcher. And Kalani, after this loss, it would not surprise me if she ends up turning heel. Then the second match, we had Hank and Tank and Josh Briggs defeating the Colling. Brooks Jensen, Nico Vance, and Sean Spears with the manager, well, not manager per se, but another one of the members who's not in the match, but is a part of the team, Izzy Dame, by pinfall, thanks to the return of Josh Briggs's friend who went to Japan. I forgot his name. I probably butcher it anyways, you know. But let's moving on to the next matchup. We had Channing Stacks Lorenzo defeating Tony D'Angelo. Tony D'Angelo looked like he was going to win the match, but then he got soft and allowed Channing Stacks Lorenzo to take advantage and pick up the win, you know. Then we had Jordan Grace going up against Stephanie Vaquer for the North American Women's Championship, I think. Or just NXT Women's Championship in general. Which Stephanie Vaquer ended up retaining. Although it was a hell of a matchup, it was definitely one of the top 2 matches in the night. And Jordan Grace did everything she could to win. And she came very, very close, but it just wasn't enough against Stephanie Vaquer. And I thought one of the reasons why Stephanie Vaquer would lose this matchup, which I predicted would happen, which didn't end up happening, but I predicted it would, is because I felt like Stephanie Vaquer was on her way to the main roster. So it was only a matter of time before, kind of like Roxanne Perez, it was only a matter of time before she lost the championship. And so that's why I picked Jordan Grace to win this match, and she almost did, you know. But unfortunately, it just wasn't enough, and we'll see what's next for Jordan Grace. Then we had Miles Bourne going up against Obafemi, the North American, the North American champions, Ricky Saints. So I think it's the NXT Men's Championship. Forgot what the name of the title is called. But the ruler, Obafemi, was able to knock off Miles Bourne after a hell of a showing by Miles Bourne. He reminds me a lot of Randy Orton, the way he looks, you know, the way he kind of wrestles. I keep expecting him to hit the RKO, which I know is probably not going to happen because that's not his style. That's not his thing. But, you know, it's like looking in a mirror when I see Miles Bourne, comparing him to Randy Orton. And he he almost got the job done, but he showed a lot of heart, though. He kept battling, kept fighting. He's partially deaf, so it's a partial, no, and actually in real life, because some characters, they are, like Eugene back in 2005 was, he played a mentally ill character. He understood what it was, though. But Miles Bourne is actually partially deaf, and he put up, not that that matters, but he put up a hell of a fight against Obafemi, and it just wasn't enough, you know. But we'll see what happens next for Miles Bourne. Hopefully, he ends up winning a championship soon, but we'll see what happens, you know. And then we had the main event, Joe Hendry versus Trick Williams for the TNA Championship, which Trick Williams ended up winning. It was another great match. And now after Trick Williams won the championship, I don't know what's next for either of those two, either Trick Williams or Joe Hendry. Trick Williams, I thought he was going to go to the main roster if he didn't win this matchup. But now that he did, I don't know what's going to happen next for him. He could go to TNA, but I have no idea. And then for Joe Hendry, it's going to be kind of difficult, somewhat difficult to show his face again in TNA after losing to Trick Williams, but who's not even in TNA. But we'll see, you know. It was very interesting. Though, overall, I give the PLE 5 out of 5 stars. And some very exciting things that happened. We'll see what happens next on NXT, you know. But we'll see. All right, that was my recap and review of NXT Battleground. It was a great show, but yeah, until my next recap and review, I will catch y'all later. Deuces.